You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Bubba Wallace and the incident that happened during the Chicago street race in NASCAR on Sunday between Alex Bowman and Bubba Wallace. Bubba Wallace, of course, door slammed Alex Bowman's car at the end of the race because he was upset about a little incident that happened earlier in the race. Once again, Bubba not being able to check his temper and doing something intentionally stupid and dangerous on a race car track. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, this was the situation. He door slammed Alex Bowman. There's Bowman right there in the purple car. And this is going to be the 23 McDonald's car. I mean, it's driven by a clown. I mean, might as well be Ronald McDonald. And you're going to see him door slam Alex Bowman right here. Right here. There's no sound to this, really, but boom, he door slams him right there. By the way, the window nets were down. This was at the end. If Alex Bowman would have had his arm out the window, can we imagine what would have just happened? His arm would have been crushed. He would have been hurt badly, severely. Could have ended the man's career. Now, I said then, Bubba Wallace is currently at 17. He's outside of the NASCAR Cup Playoff Series race as far as points go, and he should get a massive fine. I said he should get $50,000. They should suspend him for a race. They should dock points from him. Unfortunately, at this point, I have to wonder, did NASCAR, in all of their DEI propaganda ways, decide to call out Alex Bowman because Alex Bowman has now made comments that basically lets Bubba Wallace off the hook? And I'm like, what are we doing here? Exactly. You need to set a precedent. And Denny Hamlin has come out and made some comments. I kind of think Denny believes precedent's already been set, and he's expecting Bubba, I think, to get hammered. But I'm wondering, does NASCAR have the guts to do it? Because I contend their propaganda machine known as Bubba Wallace, I don't know that they got the guts to fine him and hammer him that way. The mainstream media, the woke mainstream media, would absolutely crush them if they hit Bubba the way they need to here. Alex Bowman said he was embarrassed by his contact that spun Bubba Wallace during Sunday's Chicago street race and that Wallace should not be penalized by NASCAR for hitting him. I mean, seriously? Issues started when Bowman's contact spun Wallace in turn 2 on the 25-lap restart. Quote, "I'd be mad too," Bowman said of Wallace. "I ruined his day. The restart was chaotic. I just made every wrong decision I possibly could. I was fighting my windshield wiper switch, trying to get it working, and I couldn't get it working, and I was focused on that, and I missed the corner." Quote, "I locked all 4 tires up, just slid right into him. I just messed up and absolutely ruined his day. I'm pretty hard on myself when I make mistakes like that, and I've been embarrassed about it since it happened. The rain delay was a lot of me just sitting there being embarrassed and being mad at myself. He has every right to be mad. He's got every right to be mad, Alex Bowman. He doesn't have a right to do what he did. All right, what he did was dangerous, and he shouldn't be left off the hook." Now, Denny has made comments about Bowman's comments, and he says Bowman's taking the high road. I think Bowman's taking the high road there, Hamlin said. He's feeling good after winning, and I think he's taking the high road there knowing that he made the mistake early on, and he's trying to repay that mistake through comments in the media. That would be my feeling and my gut on it. I think he believes there's going to be a situation involving a big penalty here. Well, there should be anyway. Whether that's going to happen, we'll have to see, because I think we know that Bubba Wallace lives in a protective bubble of which NASCAR has created ever since he lied about a garage pull rope. I mean, let's just keep it real here. That's what we do. All right? So we now await possible punishment from NASCAR, which came down hard on Carson Hocevar for intentionally spinning Harrison Burton under caution last Sunday at NASCAR. NASCAR fined Hocevar $50,000 and docked him 25 driver points. I think a lot of us believe that's exactly where he needs to be at. They need to set his ass for a race is what they need to do. They need to suspend him. Could Wallace face a similar penalty from NASCAR? Hamlin isn't so sure how NASCAR will view Wallace's incident to Hulsiver's, seeing as one came at a time where safety vehicles were on the racetrack and the other after the race. Quote, I don't know how NASCAR is going to view it. So how is this different than Carson Hulsiver's? Is that one is under a yellow, and under a yellow, that means that there's an unsafe condition and there are safety vehicles on the racetrack. At the end of the race, there are no safety vehicles on the racetrack. It's not an unsafe condition. That is ridiculous. It's not an unsafe condition? He had his window net down. His arm could have been out the window. There's not a driver's safety issue, so I don't know how they'll view it. And the other also is that Carson spun someone under yellow and it cost them positions and damage to their car. So that hurt Harrison Burton for the rest of the race. This was with the race is over. He took a swipe at Bowman, and I think Bowman underplayed it a little bit in the media. But yeah, I don't know how they'll view it. I think they could go either way with this because it is a different than wrecking someone under caution. I think people that don't like Bubba will draw conclusions into one way, or people that support Bubba will see it in an entirely different way. So it sounds like Hamlin is expecting it could be something heavy, a heavy penalty, but he's trying to look. Hamlin and Michael Jordan, of course, with 2311, they're also going to try to spin this a little bit to see if they can minimize the damage that's coming to Bubba Wallace. Alex Bowman did not help the situation here. NASCAR should be setting an example of Bubba Wallace. I don't think they will. I said yesterday in my video on Black and White Sports 2, I don't think NASCAR's got the guts. They got Bubba wrapped in a protective bubble. I've said he hasn't won a race in how long exactly? But yet he is on every piece of marketing material that NASCAR possibly puts out. It doesn't matter what race it is, Bubba's face is somewhere on that poster. It's NASCAR's DEI poster child, and I just don't think they have the guts to come down on Bubba Wallace. I really don't. I think it's awfully interesting that Alex Bowman came out and made those comments, essentially letting Bubba off the hook, and he literally says, I don't think NASCAR should penalize him. Oh, my God. What a horrible example that would set. $50K, suspend him for a race, and dock him points. That's the only place you can be. But my thing is, how much longer is Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan going to put up with this behavior? He's not winning races. You got a hell of a driver. Tyler Reddick's a hell of a driver. Find someone else. Really. I mean, at what point do we start saying, hey, Bubba might ought to consider racing somewhere else? Maybe a step down would probably be where it should be at. Again, can't handle mentally stressful situations while he's driving a car around the track at a high rate of speed. He can't control his temper at all. He's proven that time in and time again. It's unbelievable. It really is. I can't believe that. Such a statement to come out and let him off the hook. Again, makes me wonder, did NASCAR call him about the situation? Well, how bad do you think it is, Alex? Blah, 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 blah. Well, he didn't think it was that bad, so we'll just let him off the hook. I'm sorry. That's how this kind of situation starts and how it works sometimes. Trust me, we're going to be watching to see what it is Bubba gets handed down. This feels like it's going to be another what? Another slap on the wrist. Nothing. Unbelievable. More protection for Bubba. Should call his ass Trojan at this point. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.